Hey my friends, we have been learning about our alebrijes, and that is what we are going to work on our drawing for today. Our drawings and our sketch are just our first part. We're actually going to work on creating one and sculpting it, which we learned about sculptures already a little bit, and all the different fun materials we can use. We're going to start with our drawing. So you actually had the opportunity to look at a website where you could mix together lots of different creatures. So you have some really great ideas to start with after playing with that. I'm going to work through one with you, and we're going to look at drawing it. We will be drawing one together in class, but in case you didn't get a chance to see that, we're going to start with this one together. We make this part big so that way it is easier for you to see what we're working on. So mixing together our different animals, we are going to start with simple shapes and build from there. So to start with, I think I'm going to start with a bird body. So I'm going to do kind of the belly of the bird and the back and the wing, because our birds have all their different feathers, and we'll go back and add different details in there. So from here, we need to go ahead and add a head to it. I think adding a dragon head will be really very, very different. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my head part. But our dragons have really big, scary snouts. And from here, I'm gonna add my mouth with all of my really very sharp teeth that I can go back and add colors to later. See, we've got our nostril, maybe a little bit of smoke, and our eye, because we are looking at our dragon in profile, we will only see one eye. Now what we'll also do is add some details, some spikes on our head, some details that way, and then that looks pretty good. After the head, we need to go ahead and think about our legs. We have a dragon head, our bird body. What about some paws? So if we're gonna add either some cat or maybe some bear paws, what we're gonna need to do is add the legs first. So as we add our legs, we need to make sure we add both sides, because our legs need to have room to add color and design or texture. So make sure you add both sides to it. Then as we add the toes, let's go ahead and add 1, 2, 3, 4 toes. Those are kind of fun toes. Maybe give them some claws so they look a little bit scarier. Okay, so that's one leg. Clearly our creature is not going to stand up with one leg, so we need to add the other one behind it. So let's do 2. I'm gonna start with 1, 2 lines, and I'm gonna add my toes. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't see that 4th one. And I'm gonna add my claws. Because my second leg goes behind my first leg, I can't see all of it. It's called overlapping, and we're going to do that a lot in art. Now, if you would like to add 2 more legs, you can. It is entirely up to you. I'm going to leave my creature this time with 2 legs, and I think that that will work well. I am going to add a tail, and I think a fish tail, because that would be really very silly. So I'm going to do the outline of my fish and then bring it in. Maybe some scales. Excellent. So I use simple shapes. I have an oval for the body. I have rectangles for my legs, which means I have room to add different designs. I have my fish tail that I did a triangle, and I have my circle and my ovals that I used for the head. Now you can mix and match together any animals that you would like, and we're going to work on some details to add color. We're not going to worry about them being super detailed, but we do want to have some different patterns, and patterns are something that we will talk about and we will look at, and different materials look different. So if I wanted my feathers to be a color pattern, I could go ahead and start there. So I have red and white as my color pattern there, but maybe red and pink would be an interesting color pattern. And just because I add it to my wing doesn't mean that's what I have to do for the rest of my body. Maybe I want to add some dots. Now notice when I draw my dots, I'm not just banging. I don't want little dots like that. I'm going to draw my little circles and color them in for my dots because I want them to show up. If I just go dot, 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 I have a lot of little dots, but it's difficult to see them. This way I can see all of my bright orange dots, and I can come in and color around them to fill in. This is a little bit trickier and we need to be careful and take our time. Now I can do the same on the head with a color pattern or design pattern. The legs and the tail as well. We're going to work on filling all of those in with different designs. Now on my legs, I'm going to turn this because it will be easier. I may want to add a pattern with some lines. I mix together some horizontal and vertical lines. Or maybe I want to add some different lines to make a pattern. So see how my legs don't even have the same designs. I could come in and color in between my lines to add a color pattern to my line pattern. So it mixes everything up. As you are working on adding designs and colors to your alebrijes, you are going to be creative and you're going to work on all sorts of different designs. Now in class, we're going to practice some patterns and designs together, but that does not have to be what you use on yours. You can create your own. And I'm not going to finish mine right now, but I will include a picture of it when I finish it so that you can see it up close. But I want you to create your own and be creative with your color choices as well as your designs and patterns. I hope you guys have fun and I look forward to seeing your alebrijes.